So here's a summary and kind of a big picture of what you learned. We have this thing called global scope. If we're working with var, if working with const and let, you don't officially have this, but the outermost block scope is essentially working in the same way, you could say. Now, inside of there, you can have functions, which, if you're using var, construct local function scopes. Now, if you're working with const and let, you get block scopes, either here side by side to a function, let's say a neighboring if statement, or of course also inside of a function. As shown, you can also have functions inside of functions, which would create new function scopes if working with var. If you're working with let and const, we're always dealing with block scope. Now, what's important here is that you keep in mind that you can always access variables and functions of outer scopes. So from global to function works, from global to block works, and from function to block also works, and from block to nested block would also work. What does not work, for example, is from a nested block scope to the surrounding function scope, or from the function scope to the surrounding global scope. Also not from a function or block scope to a neighboring block scope. This would also all not work. This is the essence of what you need to keep in mind there. Now let's see an exception or an extra kind of scope you have in JavaScript, and also some niche or special cases which might not entirely be clear.